everyone, it's David. Welcome to SoulFish. I am super happy you're here. You know, I don't know about you, but for me the last few days, I've been feeling, I'm waking up to a feeling. It's not like it comes upon me during the day. Now, this might be energy sensitive stuff, so if I'm kind of pointing to you guys, bear with me, but as an energy sensitive, every day you feel different things. You feel things around you that are here in the material world. You also feel things that aren't in the material world. Well, what happens to us on occasion is that we actually wake up during the day already kind of feeling something that's not ours, not in our normal household of energy that we feel. And for the last few days, man, I got to tell you, it's been like waking up and just feeling this heaviness. So if that's you out there, I'm validating you, right? If you're feeling kind of off a little bit, know that it may not be your stuff. Some of it might be, but this might not be an attraction issue. This might just be you kind of being in a flow issue, kind of like being in the sea and you run into that cold spot, right, while you're walking around out there and floating around. You're like, whoo, where'd that come from, right? That's kind of what this stuff is, except it's heavy, it sticks there, and it's just kind of on you, if that makes sense. That's what I've been feeling like. And so it really made me think of two things. Well, what am I doing during the day to offset that? What am I doing to the day to transmute it, to work with it, to try to understand what it's showing me? Sometimes you're feeling stuff, and sometimes there's not a lesson in that for you. It's just you feeling stuff. And it's okay to recognize that. You got to be solid enough to understand that, but sometimes it's just not yours, and it's not meant as anything for you. You just get the pleasure of feeling it. So what do? In the morning I have a particular practice where I meditate, do some prayers, do some stretching, things like that. And it's funny because, that really helps to lift me all day long. And yet when you come to these days when you need it most, is a day when you're like, man, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to sit here and just kind of sit with it, right? When you really need the practice that you do that helps to lift you up. So I also want to encourage and remind you that the practice that you have to handle your spirituality, to grow, to use all of the knowledge that you've acquired and actually apply it to making yourself feel better. One of those may be, working out or going on a walk or doing some meditation or your prayers or stretching or whatever it may be, some artwork, getting out in nature, which is a big deal for me. Any of those things to help lift you up. When you're feeling this stuff right away, your first reaction is, nah, I'm just gonna kind of sit here with it and kind of almost like hibernate a little bit, or just kind of like bring it in, right? You're just kind of bringing it in. And I want to encourage you, don't do that. The reason it's called a practice is it's almost like muscle memory, right? You do these things in the morning to help make yourself feel better. You get to this moment, don't want to do it, but that's part of the whole practice, was that you still get up and do it, because that's part of your practice, even though you weren't feeling it at the moment. But what definitely happens, at least it does for me, is when I continue on, guess what? It continues to lift me up out of this excess energy that I'm feeling right now. And that's what I want for you. So if you're feeling some weirdness, know that it's probably not yours. Know that we've got some zhuzh that we're moving through right now, and there may also not be a lesson in it for you. It just means that you need to work through it, and the lesson might be, don't let it torque you, don't let it bring you down into a lower vibe, that you need to, this is a kind of a subtle way, an easy way for you to practice a little bit with your gifts and holding yourself at a particular feeling, a particular vibration, right? I hope this is helpful. Until next time.